Raider Nation, what's going on? It's Mitchell Renz here, host of the Raiders Report, and it's Friday, which means Friday happy hour. So if you're drinking with me, hey, cheers to the nation out there. We got a special show on tap here. For those that do not know, Mother's Day is on Sunday, and if you didn't know that, you're probably already way behind schedule. Also, today is Mexico's Mother's Day, so shout out to all the moms out there. We got something special on tap for the nation. Coming up here live on today's show, we're going to get into a lot of news and rumors that have happened. AP, Telesco have both talked about Aidan O'Connell, Gardner Minshew, of the quarterback battle that we all kind of know how it was going to start. The question is, how is it going to finish? That's one thing that we're going to talk about. Then I got a lot of news and notes just from rookie minicamp. We're going to be talking a lot about Brock Bowers. The hype has already begun. Jackson Powers Johnson, and just the whole rundown of just everything that happened today at practice. Then ESPN linked 2 edge rushers to the silver and black. I'll talk about both of those players and which one I ultimately would sign for this organization. Then we got 1 hour to get into this happy hour, and as always, at any point, if you want to get those questions, comments here on the show, use hashtag Raiders or Super Chat, and let's have a little bit of fun. I will say this is the first time I've ever worn my long Ron jersey. I'm going to throw out a deal here. I'm a little bit nervous, and it's only for Zahn, and it's only for Raider Ron. If Zahn and Ron both bang on today's show, I will do a boot for each of them. Pick a starter. You're going to roll with Gardner Minshew type GM, or are you going to roll with Aidan O'Connell type AOC today? Antonio Pierce said that Aidan is going to get the first snap. And I think anybody that watches this show, anybody that really follows the Raiders for at any point this offseason, knew all along that the plan all along was Aidan O'Connell was going to get the first snap. Hell, I think even if the Raiders would have traded up to go get Jaden Daniels, Aidan would have been the one that got the first snap. And that's what Telesco has said. That is what Antonio Pierce has said all along of he has earned that right. I will say this, though. Just because he's getting that first snap, that does not mean that he's the week 1 starter. I've seen on social media that people are like, oh, AP said that AOC's the week 1 starter. That's cap. He will get the first chance, as he deserves to get the first chance, because he was the quarterback last season, but it's going to be a legit quarterback battle between Gardner Minshew and Aidan O'Connell. So let me know down below. We'll start giving some shout-outs here on the show of who you think is going to be the Raiders starting quarterback this season, because it is between Minshew Mania and AOC. I will say this, we will have some elite mustache talent on this organization. B-Raves rolling with AOC. Wesley, love this kid. He will rep the 12 good. You know what? I hope Aidan O'Connell does rep number 12. I don't know if it's just because of the whole like Derek Carr thing. The fact that Aidan's wearing 12 does make me a lot happier than instead of he's wearing 4. Yet here I am rocking a long Ron with number 4. Gatlin Gun's going to roll with Gardner Minshew. I see B-Rabe down below also saying Gardner Minshew. E-Rod's rocking with Aidan O'Connell. Matthews rocking with Aidan O'Connell. I know this one's going to be very split, and I also want people to go vote at the live poll, which right now is 57% for Gardner Minshew. You guys kind of know where I already sit on this one, but I am going to take a little bit more of a deep dive coming up here on today's show. Maybe the more important question. Jeremy really wanted to know this one, and I want to know, Chuggs wants to know, have you ever banged a mom? Give me a yes or no. Chuggs, I'll let you go first. Chuggs says no. I'll tell you this right now. My goal today is I'm banging a mom. I might even bang a few moms today. Are you on board? If we get a $100 super chat, are you down to bang a mom today? No, Chuggs is saying no. Here's the deal. Every $100 super chat that we get on today's show, we're banging a mom. And if you don't know, Happy Dad also has happy moms out there. So everyone hit those pause breaks for a second. Well, she's a dog mom. I guess that kind of counts. Here's our happy hour special today. Every 100 likes that we get, I'm going to call my mom, and I'm going to tell her I love her. I'm going to tell her Happy Mother's Day. I'm going to come up with something, so we'll see how many calls we get. Every $5 super chat that comes in on today's show, cheers to all the moms out there. Again, Mother's Day is Sunday, but Mexican Mother's Day is today, and I am already going to be late for dinner. Alex's mom, they have 5:30 dinner plans. I said I'll try to show up at 6. So I'll tell you this right now, I'm out of here at 5 o'clock sharp today. So that's 2 hours you get with me because I'm going to be real. I was in the doghouse for Andres Pete. I'm not going in the doghouse today. There's no way. So I got to be out of here today by 6 p.m. Eastern time.
There's no way, but we always like to make a deal.
No, I'm telling you. I'm out of here today by 6 p.m. Eastern time. $50 super chat is this. It is a 1v1 duck race. If you send in a $50 super chat, it can be Venmo as well. You're going to challenge either Jeremy or me. So when you send in this super chat or Venmo, you put in Jeremy's name, you put in my name. If your duck beats me or beats Jeremy, we got to take a shot. If it doesn't, then you're taking a shot. Sound good? Every Hondo, beer bong bang for Mother's Day. And I'm not going to tell you what I have for the special once we get a 1 Hondo, but I think you guys are going to laugh at me, and I know for a fact there's going to be a few screenshots going around of, we got a different drinking tool. Let's just say that.
Mitch, we actually just hit 100 likes.
We just hit 100 likes. All right, so again, my mom has no idea. I don't even know if she's going to answer, but it's just going to be a short call. Just going to tell her, hey, Mom, I love you. Happy Mother's Day, and that's it. But if I do it 6 or 8 times, well, then that could be something else. Every Hundo likes, I'm calling my mom. And again, we'll get some of these questions going here. She might not answer. She's watching the show right now. She's like, I'm not answering that phone. And you know what? I'll do what my mom does, and if she doesn't answer, I'm just going to leave a message every time.
There we go.
There we go. Though I can't guarantee anything's going to happen. Patrick B wants a duck race. That'll get you. I'm glad it didn't give out her number. Oh. Nah, she's not available. This might be an epic fail. I don't know. This is brutal. Hey, Mom, it's Mitch. Just want to say Happy Mother's Day.
Are we still banging moms?
Yep. Hey, just give me a call back. Thanks. Bye. Oh, wait. Hey, Mom, I just want to call and say Happy Mother's Day. You're live on the Raiders Report. And we're going to do that every time we hit 100 likes.
Did she call you back?
She just called me back, yep.
You didn't let her talk, though.
Well, next time. She got to get another 100 likes, I guess.
You called her to call you back to then hang up on her.
Mom, I love you. I'll get a text sooner or later. I'll get a text. Somebody said there's no way.
If somebody called me and I called them back and immediately they hung up on me.
You're blocking that number. You're blocking that number. All right, y'all. So we got 2 segments coming up here on the show. Shout out to Big Luck, YDM, Will Thompson. I see all of y'all rocking with me here and Chuggs on the Raiders Report. I should also mention that we are going to do a 50-50 raffle. So if you want a chance to get in, $20 Venmo in order to do that. Patrick B wants to go up against me. So I need a duck race. Me against Patrick B. Patrick, loser, how about this, Patrick B? Loser has to take shot at tequila. Is that fair? You got some tequila on you, Patrick B? I'll take a shot at tequila. Or I can do a beer bong. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to lose, though. Seriously, though, shout out to all the moms out there. Mexico Mother's Day, which I know some people might know. Some people might not know from watching the show. For those that don't know, my fiance, Alex, her mom, is Mexican. We're going out for dinner tonight, and we're going to have a little fiesta. So we're going to get some Mexican food. Going to have a good old time. Shout out to Jacob Serb, Gatlin Gun. What up, Agent Red? I see my man E-Rob there. Tadashi, Vegas Papa. Maybe it's Vegas Poppy today, though. What up, Kingston Key? Stewie, Mom, Mommy, Mom, Mama, Mama, Mommy, Ma. All right, this is effed up. This is effed up here. 30 seconds on the clock. Loser has got to take a shot here. We got Patrick B against me, which I'll tell you what. I feel like Patrick has the advantage here.
Why?
I just feel like he's got the early advantage. Have you ever seen somebody with red hair run fast? No. I've never seen anybody with red hair run fast. Though, oh, man, Patrick, oh, dude, this is going to be close. Come on, 365. Oh, Patrick B's going down. Mr. B, you owe me a shot. That's a big first win. That's a really, really big first win there for the nation.
Oh, yeah. Luis Rodriguez with a $5 super chat. He says, shout out to all the moms, but especially my wife, Kathy, mom of 2, with 1 on the way. And as always, Raiders! Cheers to all the moms out there. I can't even imagine. Oh, boy. Got to stay hydrated. Jamari, you in?
Also, it looks like my man Norman Hernandez is in for our duck race. We're going to do that at the very end of today's show. Jamari Murray in, Norman in. Right now, $20 Venmo to get in our race. Patrick B, good shot, good try, though 0 for 1. I'm getting it done today. Oh, man. No! Santana! Bang! If you want a shout out here on the Raiders Report, spam no Santana down below.
I think he wanted to see what you had for him.
So, luckily, our Bears host is letting me borrow their Caleb Williams beer bong for Mother's Day today.
Aww.
Very, very nice of them. Every Hondo, we're banging a mom here on the Raiders Report. Cheers to the nation.
You watched the end of that, right?
Oh, I don't know.
It's the Bears. You don't know where he put it.
You know what? You're probably not wrong.
I think it fits.
Oh my! I think
just how you're doing it right now.
I think actually you can see Caleb Williams' fingernail in here. Looks like it came off. I feel like Harry's like a dad protecting Caleb Williams. He's like, don't talk about him like that. He is a nice man. No Santana. Cheers to you.
They're such a good person. Nice.
That's one. That's one down the chute.
Shout out to all the mommies out there.
Oh, man. That's one down.
Shout out.
Pass it around.
Shout out to all the mommies.
You got any Mother's Day plans?
Not this weekend.
Not this weekend?
Next weekend.
Next weekend. I got you.
Next weekend, I'm going back to the H.
To the H?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so what do you have planned? Anything or no?
Just a little old barbecue grill out at my older brother's crib. He just graduated. He got his master's, so gonna do kind of like a double party.
You said at your older brother's?
Mm-hmm.
And he just graduated with a master's. Okay. Did he go to school later?
No, he
COVID year?
No, he got his bachelor's.
Mm-hmm.
And then he a year and a half ago, kind of like Will, just was like, I want to get my master's.
Go back to school.
So he went back to school.
I got you. No, because I was like, honestly, I know how old you are. I'm like, older brother. I'm like, do you know if it's your older brother or not? I don't know.
Well, he's also only 20 months older than me.
20 months.
So he's not a full 2 years.
I think it's cute that you know the exact months. That's nice. That's like when a parent has a baby and they're like, how old is he or she? Oh, he's 17 months old. He's 20 months old.
You can't blame him. He's 145 months old.
Bingo. Bingo, bango. Also, we are only 30 likes away from me calling my mom again. And I think if I did that, she's already like, what happened?
How about this?
Are you okay?
If we get 29 more likes in the next minute, I'll call Mitch's mom.
Oh, no, I don't want to do that.
Well, I already
she's
said
not going to have any idea what's going on.
I already said it, so we can't take it back now.
Is that how it works?
29 more likes.
I don't know if that's how it works. Gatlin Guz says it's a good idea. I don't know if it is, though. Mom, I don't know. Forever in his debt. Oh, dude, there's no doubt. No doubt. All right, so the first segment that we're going to get into today is going to be around, sorry, I'm just seeing this. So Jackson Powers Johnson is getting a lot of work at left guard. Yep, I see that. Yeah, okay. Nothing really new just came out. So we got some minicamp news and notes to get into today. We're also going to look at what Aidan O'Connell, Gardner Minshew, the latest around those two guys is from AP Telesco, in case you don't follow me on social media. On top of that, ESPN linked 2 edge rushers to the silver and black, and then we're going to get a whole hour in of happy hour. So I want to get these 2 segments done here in the next 45 minutes, and then we're going to open this thing up to happy hour. So if anybody's down to clown, you let me know. You guys let me know. Aggressive, can I call? I don't know. Call me? Sure. Call my mom? Nah. Though, imagine all the phone calls. That would be, I don't know. That'd be too much for her to
I
handle.
was gonna say how much of a super chat to put your mom's phone in the chat?
There's no way. There's absolutely
$5,000 super or Venmo right now.
I don't think I wouldn't do it. Dude, you can't.
I feel
man.
like you would.
No, I wouldn't.
$10,000 right now.
Nope. I'm not putting my mom's phone number. There's no way. It's going to fall into the wrong Raider hands, and then she's just going to get prank called. And then I got to get her a new number, new phone. Whole thing backfires.
I mean, you can just spend $1,000 of that money.
True. No, I can't do that to moms. How about your phone number, though?
My phone number? If somebody sent me $10,000 right now, yeah, I'll
Sure.
do it.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Just, you got to get you a new phone, new number. Then you got to change all those contacts. You got to reach out to all those people.
Thing is, Mitch,
It's tough.
I hope you're sitting down. You can
You don't
transfer those
transfer
things
the contact.
to another phone.
Actually, I was talking to somebody the other day about it when you got a new phone, you would spend hours of just being like, I have to put in all these new contacts again. This is brutal.
See, there's a thing called the cloud. Now, it's not like with rain in it, but it's up there that
Really?
has all the information from your phone. You can put it all in the cloud, and then on a new device, transfer the stuff from the cloud onto your phone.
See, my problem is my cloud is full, and it's been full for quite some time. All right, y'all, let's get into our first segment here. What do you say? Let's get into our first segment here on the Raiders Report. Major shout out to No Santana. Looks like he's down to party today. Get those drinking pants on. I will say we are getting very, very close to calling my mother again, which at this point, we're just one like away from calling mom again. So who's going to do it? Who's going to be like 200? I'm going to give my mom another call. I'll let her talk this time. Let's see. We are one like away. Who's going to be it? What up, DJ? What up, Gatling Gun? I don't know. This might just be a bit at this point. Hi, Mom. Happy Mother's Day. It is in Mexico.
Not until Sunday.
Oh, I just wanted to call and wish you a happy Mother's Day. You might hear from me again. I love you. I got to go, though.
Oh, all right.
All right, bye.
Okay, bye.
Oh, there you go. That's my mom.
Happy Mother's Day. It's not Mother's Day.
It's not Mother's Day. Well, in Mexico it is, at least. She's probably going to say that every time. That's all right, though. All right, Chuggs, let's get into the first one. Yeah, Big Luck, you're not wrong. She's like, what the hell is happening to me? Coming up right now, let's talk about AOC Gardner Minshew because why the F not? Raider Nation, what's going on? It's Mitchell Renz, your host of the Raiders Report, and coming up on today's show, Tom Telesco, Antonio Pierce, they reveal what their plan is for the Las Vegas Raiders at quarterback. On top of that, we're going to break down all the things that I think are noteworthy that happened today at Raiders rookie minicamp, because a lot of stuff happened, but I'm going to try to put all the main stuff at the very end of just kind of like the cliff notes of what I think that you should know. So for those of you that do not know, Telesco, he spoke to NFL Network on Thursday. Antonio Pierce, he spoke to the media on Friday. And Telesco said that the Raiders are comfortable with Aidan O'Connell and Gardner Minshew at quarterback, which, like, I'll always say this. This has been what this organization has said for months and months and months. That does not mean that they weren't trying to get a quarterback like Jaden. They absolutely were. But Telesco did say that they never thought about trading up for Michael Penix Jr., which I know some people might agree with, some people might disagree with. But, like, everything that the Raiders beat reporters reported, this is extremely truthful in terms of what was reported over the past 2-3 months. And then as soon as Penix was drafted, the Raiders knew that they were not going to take a quarterback, hence all of them saying, like, we weren't looking at a QB on day 2. We weren't looking at a quarterback on day 3. What Telesco had to say, though, about Aidan O'Connell, he also had some interesting words to say about Gardner Minshew. First, though, let's talk about AOC. That's the plan, is to have both these guys really compete through the offseason program, but more so in training camp. And we'll see how it plays out. I thought Aidan did an excellent job last year in a really difficult situation where the head coach changed, the coordinator changed, and he played really good football. down the stretch. Now, I will admit that I did think that Aidan at times looked better. I will also say that his numbers are very skewed because he has that one game against the Chargers where 4 touchdowns, and I get it, he had a good game. The Chargers, that was a weird, wonky game. Then that final game against the Denver Broncos, the 2 touchdowns, 248 yards, that was against a team that, let's also face it, kind of gave up a little bit. But like in a nutshell, when you look at the numbers in a whole for AOC as a rookie, and he was in a very difficult situation. New head coach, new OC, it's not easy for what he dealt with. And then on top of that, him being a rookie, he also had the second best rookie numbers behind only C.J. Stroud last season. So what I like to do is when I like to look at numbers, I also like to look at the numbers on a per-game basis of Aidan O'Connell with Antonio Pierce. So he had a 61.5% completion percentage. He was averaging 212 yards, 1.2 touchdowns, and then 0.55 interceptions. Now, I know when you look at that, you're like, well, Mitch, can you break that down for me a little bit easier? If you were to look at all of Aidan O'Connell's stats with Antonio Pierce on a 17-game projection, that is a 61.4% completion percentage. That's 3,598 yards, 21 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions. If we end this next season and Aidan has that type of production, how would you feel about it? And I just wanted to show what those numbers essentially look like. Here's also what Telesco had to say a little bit more on Aidan. I have had a chance to be around him a little bit more and in the building, and you kind of see the quarterback intangibles that are there, which is nice to have, that you need to have as a franchise quarterback. I think when you look at what Aidan does and everything that Aidan has above the shoulder pads is exactly what you're looking for, I think, in that franchise quarterback. Like, nobody, when they talk to Aidan, he is cool, he's calm, he's collected, he says the right things, and he does. He has this, like, silent swagger confidence about him. And if you had the athletic ability, Aidan would have everything, and he does have, I think, everything up here of what you need to be an NFL quarterback, a franchise quarterback. The problem is, does he have the athletic ability? Does he have the ability to play quarterback at the starting level? I will say this. I'm really, really excited to see how this quarterback competition does end up going down with AOC and Gardner Minshew. And I'm pulling for both guys because if both guys go out there and ball, that just means that they're going to have a lot better quarterback room than maybe a lot of other people out there thought. Coming up next here, though, what Telesco said about Gardner Minshew, and then I'm going to give my prediction of who I think is going to be the Raiders' starting quarterback this season, despite Antonio Pierce saying that Aidan is getting the first crack at it. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the Raiders Report. Join the nation. We are the most interactive and informative Raiders YouTube channel out there. At least that's what my mom tells me. And we're pumping out lots of content every single day. We go live multiple times a week. And even though it's the off season, the content doesn't slow down here at the show at all. Let's go into what Telesco had to say about Gardner Minshew. And then we have Gardner. You know, Gardner played well last season with the Colts. I mean, he was in the Pro Bowl, so obviously had a pretty good year. He's always performed at a high level when he's given that opportunity. So to have both those guys here competing for the job, we'll see how it goes. I will first off by saying just because a guy makes it to the Pro Bowl doesn't mean that they played well. I mean, we've seen years before where the backup quarterback, Tyler Huntley, was in the Pro Bowl because nobody else could make it, and he threw like 2 touchdowns that season. I will admit, though, that this has been the plan all along where there was going to be a quarterback battle between all the guys that end up coming in. AOC Minshew, it's going to be a fun one, and I will say that the winner of this competition battle, it is going to be a make-or-break season, both for Gardner Minshew and both for Aidan O'Connell, because if Aidan can beat out Gardner, then I think a lot of NFL teams look around the NFL and they're like, well, maybe Gardner's not the guy that we originally thought he was, and he's not in that starting conversation. If Gardner goes out there and he beats Aidan O'Connell, I think then that kind of tells the NFL that, all right, AOC is just a backup quarterback. But, like, Gardner's done some good things, and I think he did a halfway decent job last season. 15 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 3,305 yards on a Colts team that, like, nobody really thought that they were going to be anything special, and I don't think that that's unfair to say. When you look at the talent level compared to what AOC had, compared to what Gardner had, I mean, O'Connell had way, way more talent around him than what Minshew had for Indianapolis, and in the head-to-head matchup, you got to give your, kudos to the quarterbacks. Minshew's Colts did end up beating Aidan O'Connell's Raiders, which, not saying it's just the quarterbacks that determined that game, but that is a competition, and the Colts unfortunately won that one. When you look at the 2023 numbers on a per-game basis, again, the numbers that you see on the left for Aidan, those are his numbers with Antonio Pierce. The games for Gardner Minshew are the 15 games that he actually played in. There's 2 games that he technically participated in, but did not actually play in. So when you look at these numbers, they are very, very similar on a per-game basis. Yes, the yards, completions, it's literally like right there. Interceptions, touchdowns, quarterback rating, all very, very similar. If you were to take those stats and project them out for a 17-game sample size, again, yards advantage Minshew. Touchdowns, at least passing, advantage AOC. Interceptions, basically the same. Rushing touchdowns there for Gardner. So, I know that I come off at times of not being an AOC believer or maybe not being a Gardner Minshew believer. I am a believer that this is going to be a fun quarterback battle, and hopefully it makes both of these guys better, because I'll tell you this, I'm not going to be upset if Gardner wins. I'm not going to be upset if Aidan wins. Quite frankly, I don't give a shit who wins this quarterback battle, because whoever wins it is the better QB, which at the end of the day is the only thing that I care about. So let me know down below. I want you to pick a starter if you had to, because I know what AP said. Aidan's going to get the first crack out of it, and he is going to get the first crack at it this offseason. But when it comes to being a starting quarterback week 1 for the Silver and Black, is it going to be Gardner Minshew? Is it going to be Aidan O'Connell? Type GM for Gardner, AOC for Aidan. Me personally, I am a big believer that Aidan is going to show people that he is getting better and better. And I do think that that's not going to be surprising. But I also know what Aidan's limitations are, and I also know what Gardner Minshew can bring to the table. And because of that, I do think an entire offseason, Gardner Minshew is going to beat out Aidan O'Connell to get that starting quarterback job. And coming up, I'm going to tell you why. Because to me, there are 3 really, really big reasons why the Raiders are going to start Gardner over Aidan O'Connell. Before I get into that, though, I do want to give a shout-out to our sponsor. We got an awesome hat deal going on right now. If you go to chatsports.com/Raiders hats, you can get your snapback. You can get trucker hats. They got corduroy hats. They're all different sizes, colors. I mean, bottom line is, if you need a Raiders hat, we got them covered. Actually, we also have the brand new Raiders draft hats on top of that. So all you got to do is go to the link that's going to be down in the comments, down in the description of today's show. It is chatsports.com/Raiders hats. Hundreds, and I mean hundreds of hats. I don't even remember which ones are exactly on sale, but we do have some that are on sale. I know the Salute to Service ones are on sale. So if you remember Billy Mays, I feel like Billy Mays here. Raiders hats, chatsports.com/Raiders hats. So here's why Minshew, in my opinion, is going to beat out Aidan O'Connell for the Raiders starting quarterback role. The first one is that the Silver and Black made Minshew a priority. And what do I mean by that? You got to give AP and Telesco a lot of credit this offseason, where everything that they have said has been relatively truthful. Am I wrong? I mean, they have told you what their priorities have been. Their priorities were building in the trenches on the offensive line and defensive line. They 100% did that in the draft and in free agency. But they also made Gardner Minshew a priority. I mean, the day that they signed Christian Wilkins, the very first day that you could sign a free agent, their top 2 priorities were, let's go get Christian Wilkins, and then let's go get Gardner Minshew. They signed him to a 2-year, $25 million contract with $15 million guaranteed. My belief is because they went out and they did that, they made Gardner a priority. To me, actions speak louder than words, and I know what Antonio Pierce said. I know what Telesco said. This is going to be a quarterback battle, but the actions of the Raiders this entire offseason indicate to me that it's going to be Gardner and not AOC. The other one was this, that the Raiders all offseason have told you that they wanted to upgrade at quarterback. Mark Davis gave the okay. Telesco was saying that they were going to be aggressive. Antonio Pierce was saying things like, they want to find a franchise quarterback, not a Band-Aid, a guy they can have, going forward for 10 years, a quarterback that can use his legs. And, I like Aidan, and I'm always going to say that to me, Aidan is going to be a really good backup in the league. But when you give a quarterback 2 years, $25 million, essentially they made him the highest paid backup QB this offseason, and the original plan was that they were going to try to get a QB in the draft. And if that ended up not working, then I think what you have now is what happened. A quarterback battle between Minshew and Aidan O'Connell. But not only did you give Gardner that deal, not only did you make Gardner a priority, it is a well-known fact that the Raiders were willing and trying to trade up to pick number 2, trying to trade up to pick number 3. The Commanders said no. The Patriots said no. A bunch of NFL teams said no because of how high the price is. So, like, my biggest point is, yes, I get that the Raiders right now are saying Aidan's their guy. But also the other side of the coin is you signed Minshew, you made him a priority, you tried to trade up to number 2. You wouldn't do those two things if you had the utmost confidence in Aidan. They believe in Aidan as a backup, and this season, that's what he's going to be. The last one is, and it's just the God-honest truth here. To me, Minshew is the better quarterback top to bottom. Like, do I think Aidan shows that he can understand an NFL offense? Yes, I do. But, like, what does Aidan O'Connell do that is better than Gardner Minshew? It's an honest question. I'm not sitting up here even pumping up smoke up Gardner's you-know-what. It is an honest question of, does Aidan O'Connell do anything at a spectacular level? Does he do anything above average? It's an honest question because to me, when you watch his film, when you watch Aidan play, he does everything average to below average. And in fact, I don't know if there's a single thing off the top of my head right now. He's got good accuracy, but even like the accuracy that what we were expecting, I think fell short a little bit. All those reasons are why I believe Gardner Minshew ends up being the starting quarterback for the Silver and Black. Now, coming up next here on the show, let's get into some Raiders rookie minicamp news because today was the first day of rookie minicamp, and don't get me wrong, I love talking Aidan, I love talking Gardner Minshew, but, like, I love actually talking, like, real Raiders football, the news, the stuff that's actually going on, and this is what we get to do here today and tomorrow. So for those that do not know, Vincent Bonsignori sent out something that was basically like, FYI, all the Raiders rookies will be participating this weekend because they've already signed 6 out of 8. So in case you were not wondering, some of the guys that are going to be there and some of the guys that aren't going to be there, all the players were there. They also invited 32 players to rookie minicamp in total. So some of y'all are probably doing that math. You're like, well, wait, Mitch, we had 8 rookies drafted, 17 UDFA signed. So where are the other 7 coming from? I'm going to tell you. First player is Fred Tompkins, who had a rookie camp tryout today. He was a linebacker from UNLV, so I'm not really surprised that they decided to bring him in, at least for a little bit of a workout. 60 tackles, 1 sack, 1 forced fumble. If you want to be able to watch this on TV or like zoom in on it, here was the full breakdown list of every single player that was invited to Raiders rookie minicamp. So you see a lot of different position players in there, and I know it was a little bit hard to see, but there was also 6 second-year guys that the Raiders decided to bring in for just, you know, probably to get some extra rep. The reason why I wanted to show you these players up here is simply because, to me, if you're the 6 players that are at Raiders rookie minicamp, it's probably not a good thing, and it probably indicates that you're on the bottom of the roster and might be the first people to get cut. I will also say that David Agoa is not going to be one of those players. He is an International Pathway Program player, so they can just keep him on the roster. But for Jaden Grant, Tyreek McAllister, Jalen McKenzie, John Samuel Schnenker, and then Charles Snowden, I got a gut feeling that if the Raiders decide to sign any free agents or if they decide to make any more moves, the first players that they're getting rid of are the 5 players that are pictured here, not David Agoa. Let's get into some of the hype that happened today. And I said yesterday when I was live on the show, I hope y'all are ready for the Brock Bowers hype because it has already started. The main buzz around Raiders rookie minicamp is Brock Bowers is an alien. He is a different human being. He just looks totally, totally different, and the Raiders feel like that they got an absolute steal. Some people are saying arguably one of the best players on the board in the NFL draft, and he fell to 13. Another thing that's been catching a lot of buzz is around Aidan O'Connell because, again, Antonio Pierce said that he's going to get the first snap, which I would say, no duh. I would say this is what the plan has been, and I will continue to say, even if the Raiders would have traded up for Jaden, even if the Raiders would have taken Michael Penix Jr. at 13, I believe Antonio Pierce would have said, Aidan gets the first snap, he gets the first crack at it. Doesn't mean that that's going to be his job, though. Something else that I found interesting, Antonio Pierce talked very, very confidently about Thayer Munford today, essentially saying, like, y'all were the ones saying that we didn't believe in Thayer or that we didn't need a right tackle. It sounds like it's Thayer's job to lose. Like, Thayer is going to be your right tackle, and there is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Another very interesting thing was the Raiders recently, and they signed Andrus Peat. Antonio Pierce called him a potential Pro Bowler guard. I'm going to guess that Pete's going to potentially play guard. Also said that he is staying on the left side. So one of the things that we speculated was, all right, could the Raiders potentially put Pete on the right side to battle with Thayer? That ain't happening. The fact that he's staying on the left side, also I thought it was very interesting that Jackson Powers-Johnson was getting work on the left side today at guard. I have been the one saying that Jackson Powers-Johnson is a left guard, and that's personally where I would put him. But, like, there's some questions to me wondering, they said Pete is a Pro Bowl guard, and he's staying on the left side. Could they decide to put Jackson Powers at right guard, and could we have a little bit of trade buzz, trade rumors around Dylan Parham? Because, again, that's a McDaniels guy. And if Pete's a dog and they want to put him at guard, what if you put Powers-Johnson at right guard? The whole Dylan Parham speculation, I think it's going to start growing here over the next week or so. Another thing that was very interesting was DeCamerion Richardson. He was one of the players that spoke to the media. So him, Jackson Powers-Johnson, Delmar Glaze, Brock Bowers all spoke. Antonio Pierce really hyped up how great of an athlete Richardson was. Also said that he was a sponge, loved to tackle. He led the SEC in tackles the past 2 seasons. And when you're playing at that high of a level, at that type of like physicality, was one of the reasons why the Raiders fell in love with him. A lot of other notes that you probably could see. And if anybody wants to see all of the notes that I took from everything that was said today by Antonio Pierce, give me a follow on Instagram and on Twitter. I have a bunch of these tweets out there I probably have like 20 of them of just everything AP said about certain players. Like there's more notes on Delmar Glaze. There's some interesting notes on Tommy Eichenberg. Hell, Antonio Pierce threw out the term green dot when talking about Tommy Eichenberg today, which I thought was a little bit of an eye-popping thing to say. And there's just a lot of good notes. Football is back. I'm happy that football, to a certain degree, is back. I know some of y'all are probably jumping the gun a little bit with me saying that in May. I got a few eye rolls out there in the office. But to me, we talk so much about rumors. The fact that we finally now get some rookie minicamp stuff to sink our teeth into, it feels great, man. Raiders football right around the corner. I can't freaking wait for this season.
Football is so back.
Football could not be more back. Football could not be more back, man. Also, big basketball game tonight. New York Knicks, Indiana Pacers. Who you got? Type NYK for the Knicks, IND for the Indiana Pacers.
We are the New York Knicks.
Do you think it's going to go up 3-0? I think they're going to lose tonight. They got a lot of injuries. There was a part of me that was wondering, do you just rest your players?
You know who never rests?
Who? John Scheffler. Bang! Mount Raidamore.
God damn it, Bobby.
Let's get this happy hour started. The mustache is the better quarterback now, but AOC might be better in a couple of years. You might not be wrong in that. You might not be wrong for saying Aidan might be better in a few years. I do agree that right now Gardner is the better QB, but I'll also say it's hard to, and I actually hate that I'm betting against Aidan because Aidan's story is so awesome of 8th-string quarterback at Purdue. He's always been counted out. He has been, dude. It's a great story, and I would love to see.
Start the movie now.
Dude, I don't care who you are. You have to love the Aidan O'Connell story. But that doesn't make him a good NFL quarterback.
He came from nothing.
It's a great story.
The amount of hardships that Aidan O'Connell has had in his life, you wouldn't even begin to understand. I can't think of one person who's had it harder than Aidan O'Connell.
All right. Sure. In life, sure. But, for an 8th-string quarterback at a school like Purdue to make it to the NFL and start as a rookie, that's incredible.
I feel like most quarterbacks, their rookie season going into an SEC school, though, unless you're a 5-star recruit, are like the 6th quarterback on the.
All right, maybe an SEC. At Purdue, though? 8th-string quarterback at Purdue.
There's not roster limits. You can have 20 quarterbacks on your roster.
All right, but my point is, if I were to show you the 8th-string quarterback, which I didn't even know was possible, at any school, and I'm like, that guy's going to start 9 games as a rookie, you're going to be like, you're high.
What if I told you Baker Mayfield was a walk-on?
Great. Was
And
he
was
8th
the
string?
First pick of the draft.
Was he
Was
8th
a
string?
walk-on.
I don't know.
At Texas Tech, maybe.
He might have been. I don't know. That's just saying. Purdue is, again, I think everybody, you have to be rooting for Aidan O'Connell here a little bit. I mean, deep down, there's nobody. I saw somebody earlier was like, this channel is going to be so mad when Aidan O'Connell wins the starting quarterback battle. Not at all. If he beats out Gardner, he's the better QB.
I just don't. If you're trashing on me for my AOC take, if he's bad to start the year, I don't want anybody to be like, we need to replace Aidan. Nope, he's your guy. You better back him.
I mean, like,
You better back him. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think that there's any problem having confidence in your guy. Just like there's no problem, Jeremy and I, saying that we don't think he's very good. I think both are okay to have. Your opinion is he's a good quarterback. That's fine to have that opinion. Our opinion is he's not a very good quarterback. That's an okay opinion to have. We're about to find out who's right, who's wrong. And here's the thing. Even if we are right, that's okay. And even if you're right, that's okay. We're still going to be here. We're still going to be having a good time.
If you haven't already gotten in, we're doing a 50-50 raffle at the end of today's show.
That is
$20
correct.
Venmo to enter.
Giggity. Also, 5 likes away from me calling my mom for the 3rd time, which some of you are probably like, I don't know if we should call her anymore.
I think 5 more likes in the next 10 seconds, I call your mom.
You're going to call her? All right, I'll allow it.
We let James call your mom.
And with those shoes on, I don't know. I don't know if that's a good idea.
I think my people wandered the desert for 40 years in those.
I sent you a message on Slack real quick. If you could check that one out. All right. It looks like we are 1 like away.
You send it to the right person?
TV. If you don't want me to send it there, I won't anymore.
Oh, no, you can.
We got that. I also see Ryan Bass is in. Mr. Bass. Yeah, and $20 Venmo right now. You would win $60 here on the Raiders Report. Charles is in. $20 Venmo, you'd win $70 here on the Raiders Report. How we feeling?
Feeling pretty good.
Feeling pretty good. Next segment coming up here is around what ESPN thinks the Raiders should do. And ESPN is thinking that the Raiders should go out and sign a edge rusher. We'll talk about who that is in a second. Timmy Jones, who won yesterday, actually. Timothy Jones, I want to say, won $180. He's back, and he's in this race today. He's back, and he's in the race today. Does anybody feel like banging real quick here? Is anybody down to bang with me? I know somebody's down to bang. 93 Navman Bang! Mr. Navman. Mr. Navman.
Mr. Navman.
Hey, Mr. Navman. Dee. Zon, do you like the jersey I got? Zon's been asking for a long run for a while, and I'm happy we were able to come through for him.
Somebody,
What?
you okay?
What was that?
I just look out and Marshall Green is choking to death out there. I don't know what's going on.
Yikes. You know,
Jack, give him CPR. Mouth to mouth.
do you know how to give mouth to mouth?
Mm-hmm. Down the gullet.
Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the guys out there.
To all the guys.
To all the guys out there.
Yep.
I mean, honest question. Do we have any moms watching the show right now?
I know we have one.
Who?
Queen Sarah Otto.
Is she here?
She was here earlier, yeah.
Oh, she was? Is there any, and I mean, Zon says Sarah. I know. I don't know if she's here, though. I don't know. Kush Mob, damn, what are y'all doing with your coworkers? Zon says she's still here. Fair enough, Zon. Fair
Zon-
enough. Who you got tonight?
The Knicks.
You're gonna go with the New York Knicks.
Of course, they're our biggest rivals, the Miami Heat.
I feel like the Pacers win today. I mean, the Pacers have been in control of this series. It's just the Knicks have just dominated in the second half.
Yeah. Oh, also, Zon, I think Zon missed your deal earlier.
Oh, yeah. Zon, I said anytime I wear this jersey, this is a boot for you and Raider Ron. Rules are rules, but I'm a little nervous about this. Is like the scariest jersey I can wear. Like, I'm just letting y'all know in future, if you guys ever see me rocking this jersey, you know a few things. 1, I ate a lot of food today. 2, I got my drinking pants on. 3, I'm down to clown. I'm just telling you that right now. When I wear this jersey.
Zon said he played last night, so you're safe.
He played last night. That's good. That's good. It's good news.
Oh, Celtics.
Yep. Celtics. No, I think he was just talking about this stream.
Oh,
Zon went a little nuclear yesterday, which I don't know. I was talking to you about him. Like, I feel like Zon sometimes when he watches the show, he's just like, let's see what we can get into.
F it.
F it. Let's get it going. F it. Let's get it going. You know what, though? Because Zon went a little bit crazy, if somebody bangs right now for David Zahn, I'm talking right now, you put Zahn in your $100 super chat or Venmo.
Richie wanted you to know that Amy's watching.
I'll do a boot. Richie, Amy's watching. Really? Happy Mother's Day. All right, I got to call my mom, though. Let's try it again. Oh, here, you want to talk to her? Every 100 likes, I'm calling my mom.
Hello?
Hey, this is Mitch's co-host, Jeremy Chuggs.
Yeah, hi, Jeremy.
Hey, how's it going? Mitch just wanted me to tell you that he loves you so much, and you're the light of his life. You're the rock that he leans on whenever he needs somebody, and he just loves you more than anything.
What are you two doing?
He just wanted to, it's Mexican Mother's Day, so he just wanted to say, mi amor, I love you, madre.
Oh, my gosh. Well, tell him I love him, too, and he's the best son in the world.
Let's go.
Oh,
Suck it, Jeremy. Thanks, Mom. I love you. You might be hearing from me soon. You might be
Oh, wait.
You might be hearing from me soon.
Scheffler, do you want to ask your mom if she wants to bang?
All right, Mom. We're gonna yell bang. You ready? Joan Scheffler
Bang!
But wait, Mom, there's another one. Yoda Jenkins bang! All right, Ma. I'll call you back.
Oh.
We're 70 likes away from me calling you again. I love you. Shout out to the moms out there.
That was wild.
Shout out to the moms out there.
I just banged with Mitch's mom.
Wow.
I can't believe it.
Dude. See, now you could answer yes to the question earlier. And she's a twin. Wild.
Check and check.
Check and check. All right, y'all.
Let me read these. This one said for David Zahn from Mr. Scheffler. And Yoda Jenkins for Zahn. And also, Feliz Dia de la Madre. Happy Mother's Day to moms everywhere. Love to see it. Love to see it. And we're clear.
Oh, Christ. I'm not going to lie. That boot's a lot. That boot's tough, man.
Mitchie's mom.
That's a tough boot.
Did you ever watch Jimmy Neutron?
Yes.
Jimmy's mom.
I mean, you can't tell me that, what's his name, Carl Weezer? I'm pretty sure the inventor of Carl Weezer just saw Coop walking down the street. I mean, it is, it's literally the same person.
And Mitchie's mom.
All right, dude, honest conversation. Put a. It's Coop.
I don't.
No.
No, I don't think it's like a
Bro.
little, like the curly hair a little bit in the glasses.
Bro. You're telling me Carl Weezer
I
doesn't
feel like
look like Coop.
Do you ever see those people who are doing like the drawings on the side of the road
Like
and they make you with like a
caricatures?
huge nose and like big ears and stuff and like exaggerate your features?
Okay.
I feel like that would be like if you were drawing a picture of Coop with that,
A
that would be
caricature.
Carl Weezer.
I mean, yeah, that's my point. No shit, I'm not like, that's exactly what Coop looks like.
Queen Sarah Otto said Chug's voice, whenever he does that, reminds me of the old guy from Family Guy. Mitch does the best old guy from Family Guy impression.
Me?
Well, no, actually, it's somebody else from Family Guy.
Oh. We need more lemon pledge. No, doggy afuera. Doggy afuera. That's, this might be hard for you to believe. Alex and her family, they don't like my Consuela impression very much.
They don't?
It's not their favorite. No. No, I think I do a really good.
How about this? We're 60 likes away from the next mother's call.
Okay.
This next one, you call Alex's mom. Because it is Mexican Mother's Day.
I don't know. I don't know if she'll like that.
Alex or her mom?
Both. Yeah, dude, I'm not going to do that. My mom's a lot more laid back. Alex's mom doesn't, like, mess around with BS. I don't know what she's doing. If she's not doing anything, it's fine. The fact that we have dinner plans at 5:30 and she's getting ready, I'm not going to test my luck.
Then be like, yeah, by the way, Zahn just banged, so I'm going to be a little late.
Nope. I'm not even kidding you guys. I can't be late today. I got to be done out of here 4 o'clock. I'm just kidding. I got to be out of here, though, legitimately 6 p.m. Eastern time. It's when we got to end it. It's when we got to end it, man. Oh, dude.
What if they sign somebody?
If they sign somebody right now?
Xavier Howard.
Oh, Christ. Oh, dude. I mean, if it's Xavier Howard, I got to stay.
Yeah, her mom would understand.
If it's Andrus Pete again, I'm telling him to shove it. Like, Andrus Pete was a good idea at the time. Wasn't worth it in the long haul. I don't think I would do it again. Xavier Howard, though, we got to stay. Yeah. Yep. Mario, you got no idea, man. You got no idea. All right, let's get into the next segment coming up here on today's show, which is around an ESPN prediction article. They said that the Raiders are going to sign 2 edges. And then after that, it's happy hour. I'm down to clown. You good? You guys ready? Again, I know we kind of Fridays, they get kind of weird. We do a lot of crazy, zany stuff, but we do it because we like hanging out with y'all, and hopefully you guys like hanging out with us too. After that, I got a special deal after this segment. Sound good? Sound good? Let's get into this bad boy right now. Raider Nation, what's going on? It's Mitchell Renz here, host of the Raiders Report, and coming up here on today's show, ESPN linked Bud Dupree and Yannick Ngakoue to the Las Vegas Raiders in a recent article. So what I figured I would do today is just kind of break down what this article is from top to bottom, because I like when ESPN releases these where they kind of say, okay, every NFL team has certain needs, and when you look at the needs for each team, I'm always going to say, well, what does it say for the Raiders, and how can I put 2 and 2 together? And what do I mean by 2 and 2? So the article that ESPN released was biggest remaining roster holes for all 32 teams. The biggest need, according to ESPN, was edge. So in my mind, I go, okay, if ESPN thinks that edge is the biggest need for the silver and black, then what are the edges that the Raiders could sign? That's what I usually do. However, on this specific article, ESPN mentions 2 edge rushers that could sign with the silver and black. And we're going to tell you who they are here in just a second. This is, though, why ESPN believes that edge is the biggest need. Maxx Crosby is awesome. A Defensive Player of the Year candidate every season. Unfortunately for the Raiders, he is not 2 people. Somebody has to play opposite of Crosby, and other players have to be there to rotate in at edge rusher. Tyree Wilson was disappointing in his rookie season and could move to defensive tackle full-time. If that happens, the other starter and edge rusher will be Malcolm Koonce. Koonce had 8 sacks last season, but succeeded partly because amongst qualifying edge rushers, only Byron Young from the Rams was double-teamed last offseason. A bigger issue is what's behind Wilson and Koonce, undrafted free agents and veterans who have bounced around the league, such as Janarius Robinson, Ellerson Smith, a veteran free agent addition such as Bud Dupree or Yannick Ngakoue would make that inside move for Wilson a lot easier. Now, when you look at the Raiders' defensive end depth chart, I agree with what ESPN has to say of outside of Crosby, Koonce, and Wilson. Yeah, there's not a lot on this screen here to be what you're looking for. I've also said that I would move on from Janarius Robinson, cut him for what he did this offseason. So if I'm the Silver and Black, I'm on board with signing an edge. However, maybe there's another edge out there that you could potentially find to be a little bit better. And then on top of that, yeah, if you do decide to kick in Tyree Wilson on the inside, that means that you're got even less depth at the defensive end position. So, some of you are going to agree with what ESPN said. Some of you are going to disagree with what they said. That's okay. That's what this show's about, to have that honest conversation with each other. So be real with me. What is your confidence level in the Raiders' defensive end room? I just showed you the depth chart. I want you to scale it from 1 to 10. 1 being you're not confident at all. 10 being you are very, very confident in this Raiders defensive end group. Because for me personally, the number that I come out with is I am at a 8 of level of confidence. And that's only really because of Maxx Crosby. If you take Maxx Crosby off this team, it's a 3, it's a 4. I believe that Tyree Wilson can be good, but that's still I'm hoping. I believe that Malcolm Koonce can have another solid season, but what if it was just a shot in the pan? But outside of those 3 players, I have no confidence in any other player on that defensive end roster. So I do agree that the Raiders need more depth, and I don't think it's a bad idea to add a veteran. And hell, it's something that I've been talking about now for weeks. It's been something that I've said definitely after the NFL draft. The Raiders need to add an extra edge, and the player that I'll always throw out there, I would love for the Raiders to find another Benson Mayowa, a third down guy, pin his ears back, get after the QB. That's what the Silver and Black need. So coming up here, should the Raiders sign Bud Dupree or should they sign Yannick Ngakoue? At the time that I am making this video, the Raiders still have 1 open roster spot. So hypothetically speaking, you can only sign one of them, and I don't really know if it makes all that much sense to sign both. So today, I'm going to tell you whether or not I would sign Bud Dupree or Yannick Ngakoue for the Silver and Black. I know one thing. If we do end up signing either of these players, we will be going live here on this show. Also, I want you to hit that subscribe button if you bleed Silver and Black, if you love the Raiders. If you aren't subscribed and you're watching this right now, that means you love Josh McDaniels. If you eat corn the long way, don't subscribe. If you don't, hit that big red button that says subscribe and make sure you turn on those notifications. So here we go. Let's talk about Bud Dupree joining the Silver and Black because ESPN linked him to the Silver and Black, and Dupree started 16 games last season for the Atlanta Falcons. However, he had a 3-year stretch where he battled a lot of injuries, missed 23 games from 2020 to 2022. Is he the edge rusher that I think of when he was with the Pittsburgh Steelers? No, he's not going to be that anymore. He's this older veteran that if you put him in certain spots, you're not going to pay him a lot of money. He's probably going to get $6, maybe $5 million this upcoming season. But if you're telling me right now I could add a veteran, and I'll tell you right now, I would sign Bud Dupree for $5 to $6 million if you can guarantee me he's going to give me 40 tackles, 6.5 sacks again. I think most NFL teams would out there. However, though, from 2022 to 2020, it's where he battled some of those injuries. I actually believe in 2021 he played in 6 games. So in 2023, he had a good season in Atlanta. But with the Tennessee Titans did not work out. Atlanta had a good season. Can he potentially have another bounce back year with our organization? For his career, though, in 119 games, 305 tackles, 53 sacks, 70 tackles for loss, 90 quarterback hits. When you look at his PFF numbers, last season he played in 706 snaps, had an overall grade of 56, was better in the run defense game, and the older and older that he's gotten, the more that has done a better job, I'll say, of just like setting the edge and helping out in the run game compared to when he was first in the NFL, was more of just like that pure edge pass rusher to get after the quarterback. Coming up next here on the show, we're going to talk about, should the Raiders go out and sign Yannick Ngakoue? So if ESPN links Bud Dupree, I told you all the stats, gave you some reasons why they would, why they wouldn't sign Dupree. Well, now let's talk about Ngakoue, a former Raider, and I know a lot of people like Ngakoue, and it's been a player that I've talked about multiple times this week. I'll tell you about him here in just a second. But again, we do have an awesome hat deal, and this might be your last opportunity to get a hold of some of the hats that you see up here on screen. If you go to chatsports.com/Raiders hats, we got a bunch of hats on sale. We got draft hats, we got corduroy hats, snapbacks, fitted, trucker hats, salute to service hats. There's like baseball caps in here. Like the hats that you see on screen, it's not even like 1% of the hats that are available. If I were to do a show on all the hats that we have, it would be the entire Raiders Friday happy hour. Like, that's just the God honest truth. So like whatever you're feeling, whatever you need, we got that for you. And I also say for people out there that want to find a gift, and don't get me wrong, t-shirts are a common thing, right? Like coats are a common thing, shorts, shoes, but you need to know sizes. If you want to get a Raiders fan a gift and you don't want to like give like tip your cap or like say what you're going to get them, because I know this, I'm bad at lying. I'm bad at, if I want to get Alex a gift and I say like, hey, like, do you need anything for your birthday? Or my mom, do you need anything for Mother's Day? I mean, that's just like an automatic, well, what are you getting me? If you want to get them something, but you don't want to have to ask for the size, hat's an easy way to do it. Chatsports.com/Raiders hats. Let's talk about Ngakoue here now, who is a free agent and has bounced around a little bit from the Colts to the Raiders, the Jags, the Bears, and it was another player that ESPN linked to the silver and black. Ngakoue was a part of the Raiders roster in 2021. I actually thought he did a halfway decent job in the Gus Bradley system, but right before the 2022 season, McDaniels traded him away straight up for cornerback Rock Ya-Sin. And this was a player that I know for a fact Ngakoue and Crosby were really, really good friends, and it kind of reminded me of the friendship Crosby and Cleveland Ferrell had when they first came into the NFL together. So, like, their locker room really, really liked them. I was excited for the trade for Rock because it was a need that we had, and I thought it was a good fit. The unfortunate answer and part of the whole Rock Ya-Sin trade was he couldn't stay healthy. But, like, Ngakoue, before he came to the Raiders, was a guy that always had 8 sacks every single year, even in 2021 with the silver and black. He had 10 sacks. Then leaves, goes to, I want to say, the Colts and had 9.5 sacks. Then in 2023, this past season with the Bears, had only 4. But, like, when you look at what the Bears did, they added a lot of talent around him. They also traded for Sweat, which I think took away a few reps there from Ngakoue. And on top of that, the only way that you're going to add a player like Yannick is if you feel like that you're going to be in the lead, because he just doesn't offer anything anymore in the running game. And for a team like the Bears that was trailing a lot, the fit just didn't quite make sense. From a career stats standpoint, Bud Dupree has played in 119 games. Ngakoue has played in 123 games. And I think when you look at both of their numbers, like, they're similar in some aspects where tackles, it's always going to be Bud Dupree because he's better in the run game. In terms of getting after the QB, that's always been where Ngakoue has just excelled a lot more. And depending on what you need as a roster, depending on what you're looking for as an organization, could absolutely determine which player you're going out to get. I will say for people that look at only PFF grades, you're not going to like what Ngakoue has to offer. I'll also say this. I don't know if PFF has something against him or what, but like there are years where he's putting up 10 sack seasons, and I know what PFF numbers are. I know that I show PFF numbers a lot, but call me crazy. You can't have a bad year and have 10 sacks. And there has been multiple times where Ngakoue's had like an under 50 PFF grade, and he's had 10 sacks. I don't know. I think it's a weird thing to have. But the reason why I made this show is because, again, I like when people put out articles around our team, because to me then it gives me the opportunity to give my spin on it, because there's going to be some people that read that article and go, well, the Raiders, they were linked to Yannick Ngakoue, they were linked to Bud Dupree, but which one makes the most sense? So if you could pick only one to sign, who would you sign? Would you go with Ngakoue, type YN, or would you go with Bud Dupree I want you to type BD. And to me, I think it really comes down to what Telesco and what Antonio Pierce are looking for. If the Raiders are looking for an edge rusher that they're like, you know what? We need that extra edge that can get after the quarterback. The answer is Ngakoue. If you're looking for that extra edge that can help out a little bit more in the running game, then the answer is Bud Dupree. So depending on what AP, Patrick Graham, this organization wants in that edge rusher, you want a guy that can get after the QB? Ngakoue. If you want somebody that can help out in the run game, Bud Dupree. What I believe that the Raiders need more is Ngakoue because I think it's a better team fit. He already has some of that continuity with this locker room. And then I'm so confident in the Raiders defensive tackle group where I do think they're going to be a lot better at stopping the run just because Adam Butler they brought back, John Jenkins they have. You have Christian Wilkins. Maybe you can even kick Tyree Wilson in on the inside. Like, I think stopping the run is not really going to be all that much of an issue for the Raiders, where getting after the QB, if you're looking for that extra depth outside of Crosby and Malcolm Kuntz, where that's the more important thing, especially in a division and especially in the AFC where quarterbacks are just so much quarterback talent. I will say, though, I started this show by saying I don't know if Ngakoue or Bud Dupree would be my first pick. If the Raiders are legitimately trying to add an edge this offseason, and they have plenty of money to do it, remember, they're also going to get that $24.07 million from Garoppolo after June 1st. If it's up to me, and I know that I can sign these guys, like, none of these players are going to sign a contract for more than $10 million per year. It's just not going to happen. So if I know that, and even if you told me Ogba's 10 and all these guys are 5, I will still take Emmanuel Ogba, who has that connection with Rob Leonard, who has the connections with the John Jenkins, Adam Butler, Christian Wilkins, who has the connection with Patrick Graham. Like, all of these connections add up, which is why I believe, ESPN, if you're watching, the number one edge rusher that the Raiders should sign is Emmanuel Ogba. Then you can see here are my other 5 names that I'm willing to throw out there. So again, y'all, I always appreciate people that tune into our live shows, the people that tune into these shows in general. But, like, if there's any type of content that you see out there that you want to see more here on the Raiders Report in May, June, and July, now's the time to hit me up on IG, Twitter at Mitchell Renz 365 to talk to me about it. But, like, if I see an article and I get a lot of people asking me about something, that's what I'm willing to do. So ESPN linked edges to the Raiders, Bud Dupree, Yannick Ngakoue. I'm saying Yannick Ngakoue is the better option for this organization unless they want an edge that can go out there and defend the run. But, like, the best edge out there for this team right now, his name is Emmanuel Ogba. Who you got? Nuggets, T-Wolves. Jeremy, happy hour. Let's get it going. Who you got? Because I feel like the Nuggets are going to get their bounce-back game, but I also said that last game. What if the Wolves just have their number? Like, Timberwolves have been playing really solid defense, and I don't know if I've ever seen I don't know if I've ever seen him in a rush, where when he plays, he just seems like he's always cool, calm, collected. It's just slow pace. He looks like they're throwing stuff at him that he's never seen before.
They have the Twin Towers.
Yeah.
Cat and Rudy.
Who's the best player on the Timberwolves?
Anthony Edwards.
Okay, I agree with that.
It's not even close.
I agree. I just think if you were to ask, I think Karl Anthony Towns thinks he's the greatest of all time. He would probably say himself, but let's be real here. Now, see it. That happy hour, I got to be out of here by 5. We got to cut that down a little bit.
Happy 50 minutes.
We got a happy 50 minutes, which sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes a happy 50 minutes is all you need. Cruising all day says, we're going with the Wolves. I've seen a lot of Wolves in there. So you're telling me the Wolves are about to go up 3-0. Because I'm talking about the games tonight, not the series in general, the game tonight.
I think it's Wolves.
3-0.
They just, overall, the team
They've been
depth,
dominating.
The team depth, I just think they're better. Like, last year, we saw with the Nuggets, you have to have a really good player and then just a ton of depth and some other key guys. The Wolves, they've got like 7-8 guys that can run.
They're deep. I mean, I want to see Wolves Thunder would be fun. I also love the way that the Wolves are playing, where it kind of reminds me of how UConn beat Purdue in the Natty, where they're like, I don't care if Edey drops 40 points. We're just not going to let anybody else, like, you can shoot all the twos that you want. We're just not going to let other guys get open.
Yeah.
I feel like Jokic just looks like he's slowing down a little bit. It looks like he's tired. Are you watching the game tonight or no? It's Friday. You watching any games tonight? Out of the two games, which one's better? Which one are you looking forward to more?
I'm probably looking forward to the night one a little bit more. Just because the Knicks, with their injuries, I wonder how that'll affect them.
Yeah.
You know, also Pacers play better at home than they do away. So third game being at home. One of the Knicks' main guys, OG Anunoby's out. I mean, and also, I think we're going to start to see the effect. Even though Marshall doesn't believe it, I think we're going to see the effects of these guys getting 46 minutes a night, especially with a guy like OG out. Huh?
You think the Knicks win tonight?
No, I just think, must win for Indiana.
Yep. First
home game, they play better at home than they do away. OG, one of your main guys, is out, and you're gonna have to. If the Knicks do win tonight, you're gonna have to rely on another Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson 46-minute night.
Josh Hart's kind of like the Raiders report. It just always is here. It's always going live, and
Yeah.
the production doesn't fall off.
I will say, Josh Hart, one of the most conditioned players in the National Basketball Association. Some would say even better than Jason Tatum. Some would say that. I would not say that he's better than Jason Tatum. Some would say that.
So I have my takes on Luka where I don't think Luka's ever going to win an NBA title just because he's a great player, but he's soft. And I don't think he's a good leader. I really don't. I'm starting to think that with Tatum, where great player, but is he ever going to win a title?
They made it to Game 7 of the NBA Finals.
They didn't win. Honest question. Do you think Jason Tatum ever wins an NBA title?
Yes, I could see Jason Tatum winning an NBA title.
Dude, I don't know if he does.
This goes back to the whole Dak argument, which I don't want to get into.
What?
It's just easy to be like, because they've never won, they'll never win. That's like me being like, Maxx Crosby will never win Defensive Player of the Year.
I think it's different.
He's never won.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Super Bowl.
What was it, Game 6? I thought it was 5 or 6. Are you sure it wasn't 6?
I don't know. I'm not the NBA guy. But I don't think Maxx Crosby not winning a Defensive Player of the Year is not his fault. If anything, it's because the Raiders aren't winning football games. Where, like, if you're the star player of your NBA team, you're expected to be able to win.
It was 6.
It was 6?
Yeah. But, I mean, that's like the argument of being like, oh, they'll never win this because they have never won it.
But I don't think that you're comparing the same thing. If you are the star player of your NBA team, 5 guys on that team, if you're the star guy, if you're not good enough to win a title, your team's not going to win a title. Where I think, like, for the NFL, defensive player,
we've seen
it's
Defensive
different.
Player of the Years on guys who aren't on the top 3 teams.
No, I'm not saying you need to be a top 3 team, but, like, if the Raiders don't make the playoffs, Maxx Crosby's never going to win a defensive player. That has not, like, Max could put up the best year numbers ever.
That's just not true. If they didn't make the playoffs and he got 22 sacks, he wouldn't win Defensive Player of the Year.
I think he would win then.
So then your argument is null and void.
I think Max has to put up numbers that, like, 22 sacks is the best season of all time. You know what I mean? Like, I'm saying if Maxx Crosby has the same exact numbers as a guy like Myles Garrett, Max won't get it.
I mean, if their numbers are exactly the same.
I mean, you look at the numbers last season for Defensive Player of the Year. I think Max had the best numbers. He just wasn't even close to getting a vote because the Raiders weren't in it. If the Raiders make the playoffs and Max has the exact same numbers as he does last year and everybody else has the exact same numbers, I think Max wins Defensive Player of the Year.
I mean, he would need to get more sacks, I would say.
He definitely needs to get more sacks. Definitely needs to do that. But, like, I hate that it's a sack award. Where he's, out of all the other guys that were in it last year, he was by far played the most snaps, most tackles, most QB pressures. Like, I think what you're comparing defensive player of the year compared to an NBA team is very different. Very different for QB.
I just hate the argument of they haven't done it, so they will never do it.
But
so you would say last year, if the Raiders made the playoffs, Crosby would have won Defensive Player of the Year.
I think he would have gotten definitely a lot more votes than what he got.
I was going to say he had 13 and a half sacks, which this isn't me saying Crosby's bad. I think Crosby's badass, and I think he can win Defensive Player of the Year. And this is me saying.
Also, the Raiders have officially just signed Delmar Glaze, which not anything totally different, but it's what we knew.
But T.J. Watt had 19, Micah Parsons 16, Myles Garrett 14
You're only looking
sacks.
at sacks, though.
Well, and forced fumbles. They each had 4, Crosby 2. Hurries, same. Pressures, he had the same as Myles Garrett. Micah Parsons had 102 compared to the 86.
But then I also think, look at the teams that they're on. Maxx is getting way more attention than those guys. He's playing way more snaps than those guys. Way better in the run game than those guys. I mean, it's the unfortunate part about Crosby's game is because he is so good in the run game and he does contribute there that.
So you do think that he could win a Defensive Player of the Year?
Crosby, absolutely.
He's never done it. So.
I know, but I think he can. I just don't think that Luka's ever going to win a title. I don't think that Dak's ever going to win a Super Bowl.
It's just so biased of you're just like, oh, well.
It is a biased take, but that's okay to be biased. It's okay to have an opinion.
You're just like, they'll never do it. Why? Because they've never done it.
But my argument's not because they've never done it. It's just I don't think that they're good enough to.
Your argument is they've never done it and they're punks.
No, they're just not. To me, if you're going to be the quarterback of a football team, you have to be able to lead a group of people, and you have to obviously be talented. If you don't have a certain level of that combined, I don't think you're going to do it. In the NBA, a game where it's 5-on-5.
How do you measure leadership?
Just what you see from a long time. I don't know.
It's like this quantifiable thing that nobody can measure is how I'm going to base this off.
I'll say the thing. I'll just say eye test, I guess. I don't know.
You have way more leadership than this guy. I can see it. The amount of leadership that you have is like this.
You're telling me that you could pick people in the office, you could pick people in football. There is an eye test. There is not a stat that proves who has more leadership, but who has more leadership, Maxx Crosby or Davante Adams?
Who does it?
I think Maxx Crosby is a better leader than Davante Adams. I'm not afraid to say it. But also, there is no quantifiable touchdown stat. There's no yard stat there. It's just my gut feeling.
More leadership, Colton Miller or Davante Adams?
Davante Adams.
Based on?
Things that I can't say. Well, you know why I can't say what that. That's different. That's different. It's a gut feeling. It's okay to have a gut feeling, no? Also, speaking of a gut feeling, I got a gut feeling that I got to pee right now. I'm not going to lie to you. I got to take a wicked leak. Chuggs, while I'm gone, can you show people the deals? The Mokes. AOC 12 now. MVP incoming, making Minshew look like a true lil-ass boy.
Wow.
I don't think that. I think if anything, it'll just be, I'm really, really hoping Gardner plays at a high level and Aidan looks like a top 20 quarterback. Because if Aidan can put that together, if Gardner can, this team's going to be special this year. No. Aidan MVP? DeMokes, I'll make you a deal. It's not even a deal. If Aidan's the MVP, I'm giving DeMokes a cut of the $5,000 that you owe me. DeMokes, if Aidan wins, I'm giving you $500 of that $5,000. You in?
I mean, it's not my money to give him.
Yep. I mean, you can just send it right to DeMokes. All right, let me go take a quick pee. Chug's going to hang out with you for a little bit longer.
All right, here we go. Happy hour menu. We're 22 likes away from Mitch calling a mom. We don't know which mom yet. From calling a mom. How about this? Maybe he can call your mom. Maybe Mitch can call somebody else's mom. We'll see. $5 beer cheers. Mitch is gone, so you know what that means. Shot clock. $10 for a shot. Every $10 Mitch is going to do a shot. Let's actually get Mitch a little wasted before he has to go to Mexican Mother's Day, which I love how Mitch keeps on calling it Mexican Mother's Day. which I don't think that's the official name, but that's what Mitch has been saying, so I'm going with it. $10 super chat is a shot for Mitch. Let's get him a little wasted before he has to go out to dinner with Alex and the fam. $50 for a 1v1 duck race. Loser has to take a tequila shot. And $100 beer bong bang, as always. I'm for me. Let's get it. Demoke said, shout out to the Mexican mommies. It's just Mother's Day in Mexico. Anthony, I know. Mitch was like, it's Mexican Mother's Day. I was like, I don't know if that's how they say it. I think it's just Mother's Day in Mexico. Minshew going to win the job? Let me know down in the chat, who do you think is going to win the job? We asked it earlier. Pick a starter, Gardner Minshew or AOC. Straight up. Main man Mitch and his sidekick Chuggs will keep you informed on all the latest Raiders news and rumors. The latest news and rumors all year long. Believe it, baby. My mom would be long distance call, unfortunately, but I certainly would do it. Gardner Minshew, Madre's Day. Yeah, Madre's Day. Raider Nation is familia from I'm For Me. Demokes went to Mexico and asked where the subtitle. Also, love how in every TV show episode or whatever, if they're in Mexico, they use like the yellow tint. It's they use it all the time. Chuggs, did you hear what went on during Jokic's presser yesterday? Nope. What happened, One Shot? Let me know. Also, if you want to party later on, our main man Marshall is going to be doing a watch party for Knicks Pacers. You can get Marshall a little twisted on Mexican Mother's Day. Noah Santana with a shot for Mitchell Renz. When in doubt, shot. GM, let's go! Raiders! Simon says, happy Mother's Day to all the moms in the Only Nation. Shout out to all of you holding it down. Raiders! All right, that's a shot for Mitch. He only has one right now. He's been gone for a little bit. I think we got to make him pay. $10 shots for Mitch while he's gone. Let's get him a little twisted before he has to go to Mother's Day dinner with Alex and the fam. Cruise! Killa cruising. It's called Mexican Mother's Day. Yes! And here's to Mitch. Is the 50-50 raffle done? No, it's not. You can still get in. $20 Venmo to enter. Happy Mother's Day to all the Hispanic mommies. Oh, Simon, another shot for Mitch. Also, a shot for our boy Mitch. Let's go. Hey, that's 4 shots. Can we get another one? We got to get him a little inebriated for dinner tonight. I want to make it where Mitch can't read the menu. Let's get it going. I'll have the chicken.
Mitch, this is a Mexican restaurant. Yeah, I need pizza.
Are y'all going for? Oh, Josh! All right, last one for sure.
Though I didn't get a shot glass. All right, we're just gonna.
Did you hear about the fire at the carnival? It was intense. Good one, Josh. That's a good joke. I liked it. What's up? Another 10. Okay, last one. For real, this one's the last one. From Killa Cruisin'. Can you give a shout out to my daughter, Catalina? Shout out to you, Catalina.
I mean, I'll tell you this right now. When she's 21, if you guys don't throw a party that's a wine mixer, shame on you. No?
I don't.
You don't get it? I know you're effing with me.
Catalina.
Just so you guys know, these count as 2 in my book. How many do I owe? 6?
The biggest helicopter. Wait, what? The biggest helicopter leasing event in the Western Hemisphere.
What does that even mean?
I don't get my nut.
Dude.
Pow!
Pow! I haven't had a carb. Oh, dude. All right, hang on. I just got a Venmo here, and we got a few more people in our duck race. Remember, duck race, I say, Jeremy, we do it at the 10-minute mark.
All right.
10-minute mark, we do the duck race. I'm going to refresh my phone. I'm going to see who else we got in. It looks like, so the last name that I said was Timmy Jones.
Oh, Aaron Wilson sometimes is just, like,
He's the worst.
He gets me a lot of, like, good scoops for the Texans, but
Anthony
sometimes
Green.
it's like, dude.
Anthony Green. And then Nabman. Oh, Nabman sent in a 10 for a shot. So I owe one more. All right, you know what? Nabman, I'll top this one off. That's as full as it gets. I'm not doing any more tequila. I can't. They're going to kill me. Oh, man. I don't know how you guys drink this stuff. Dude, sometimes it just burns, man. Like, it's not even... Oh, I don't like it, though. Like, do you honestly like tequila? Why free SN for no? Like honestly.
Oh, yeah.
You legitimately like it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, somebody gets you a tequila shot, and you're fired up about it.
Yes. I think tequila, way better than vodka.
Yes.
I would take a tequila shot over a vodka shot
I would
any
take
day.
anything over vodka. If I'm getting a round of shots at a bar and you look at me and you go, should we get vodka shots? Immediately telling you to leave. Nobody ever has said, let's get a round of vodka shots.
I'll have 5 vodka shots.
No, that's never been said before. If you're ordering vodka shots, if you're in a group of people and you look at everyone and go, do you want a shot? You want a shot? And everyone says yes.
5 buttery nipples.
And you come back with the vodka shots, everyone's angry at you. There's nobody that's... I would rather you get me a buttery nipple, like you just said, than a vodka shot. I would rather do a shot at a Cullen's belly button than do a vodka shot.
I'm not a whiskey guy.
You would vodka or whiskey?
That's tough.
See, that's easy.
I'm not big on like tequila over everything.
I like mezcal, but again, like I like Repo. Like Repo, I could sip on. Taking a shot though, it's just maybe just because I've had some rough nights with it. Where Alex, she drinks it like no problem. Her family, no problem. Me, I can't keep up. Like I'm telling you right now, I just did those shots. I'm in trouble. We're in trouble. We're about to go down a slippery slope, and we are 9 likes away from calling moms again.
Would you call somebody else's mom?
Whose mom? Like a viewer's mom?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess. Like the problem. No, I can't.
Type me if you would want Mitch to call your mom.
I would need. I'd have to star 67 it.
That's fine.
Okay. I'd have to star 67 it.
Type me if you would want Mitch to call your mom.
Would your mom answer a phone call that has just like, what does it say? No caller ID? Nobody's answering that call. I'll try it. If we get to 400 likes, I'll try it. Somebody send me a Venmo with a phone number. Because I don't want you to put your mom's phone number in the chat.
Come on.
Come on, it's fine. Or just give me the last 4 digits and I'll figure it out from there. Again, y'all, if anybody wants a chance to get in, I see Sancho. He is in.
$1 Venmo with your mom's phone number. Mitch is calling your mom. And if somebody sends in 100, we'll bang with your mom.
Richard Renz is in. Amy is in. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Randall Carter is in. So as it stands right now.
Any mom numbers yet? We did just hit 400 likes.
All right. Who is this? Allie Marie, you in. 3 times. Allie M is in.
If you want to send Mitch your mom's number, $1 Venmo, send Mitch your mom's number in the message of that Venmo.
Oh, dude, this is going to be interesting.
Did you get a number yet?
I have not gotten a number, though.
All right.
I have not gotten a number yet. I don't know. It's just Killa on the other line. I'm just effing with you.
What's up, fool?
Oh, dude. It's just the Mokes, and he's like, AOC MVP incoming. I mean, I guess you could. I guess you could do that. No, I ain't going to do that, for me. That's not going to happen here. All right, y'all. It is Friday. Chuggs and I are live here, Friday Happy Hour, and I did say that I'd have a deal for the nation. So, Chuggs, if we could put up the happy hour deal that we got. All right, here are the deals. Every 100 likes, I've been calling my mom, wishing her a happy Mother's Day, though I think she's starting to catch on to the bit. Every 5 that we get, we say cheers to all the moms out there. Again, today's Mexican Mother's Day. Sunday is the American Mother's Day. $50 Super Chat is 1v1 duck race. So the way that goes is it's you against me or you against Chuggs. Loser, got to take a shot. That's how that one goes. Every hundo, I'm doing a beer bong. But I kind of want to make today's show a little bit more fun. So every hundo that comes in, I'm going to count it as 3 bangs for our May bang race. And if you send in a 50, I'm also going to count that as a bang as well. So if you send in a 50, it's 1 bang. 100, it's going to count as 3 from here on out for the remainder of the show, which right now our May bang MVP is actually Lost in Times is our MVP.
That's lit.
He's got 4 bangs. Zahn's got 3. Chef, Venthrak have 2. And then a lot of other ones.
Ed Robbins says, "Go home, Marshall. Celtics all the way."
I'll tell you what, Ed's been balling out on our Celtics streams.
Dude, the Celtics streams have been giving Marshall a little run for his money.
They really have been.
I don't know how the races are going so far with Celtics and Knicks, but Marshall looks a little nervous right now. A little sip of his Gatorade.
All right, I got a phone number. I'm going to give it a shot here.
Let's do it.
I'm going to give it a shot here. I don't know.
Do you know whose mom it is?
I do.
Whose mom is it?
You'll find out. She's not going to answer. Which, I got hung up.
Leave a voicemail.
Hello, my name is Mitchell Renz. I'm host of a YouTube show called The Raiders Report, and I just wanted to wish you a very, very happy Mother's Day. There you go.
Whose mom was it?
Only one person knows.
There's only one person that sent you their mom's number?
Potentially. Here's the thing. I'm not going to tell you who it is. So you're going to ask your mom, did Mitchell leave you a voicemail? I don't know. Did Mitchell leave you a voicemail?
What's this thing with the Raiders report? This young man left me a voice message.
You sound like, oh my God, what's her name? Amanda Bynes from the Dancing Lobsters, if she's still doing it at this point.
Raider in PA says, how many boots have been consumed already?
Uno boot.
Un boot.
Julian Yin, Ron Raspberry, and Ron Campos also in. $20 Venmo right now. You'd go home with $200.
Can't lie. I'm a little upset we only got 1 mom.
I guess I haven't seen. I just haven't seen any other phone numbers. Which, would you really want some random person to call your mom? I don't know.
you're not some random person. You're the host of the Raiders Report.
I'm
with
pretty
Mitchell
effing.
Renz.
I'm pretty effing random. Though Jeremy Chuggs calling your mom, that's a different story. That's a little bit of a different story. DeMokes about to get on the call just to say AOC. Hey, you got to lean into the bit, man. At that point, you got to lean into that bit full on. Giggity.
Who would you rather have call your mom, me or Mitch?
If it's to sing happy birthday, it's you and it's not close. I don't know. I feel like you're better at talking to moms than me. Like you were pretty smooth with Kay. With Kay Adams. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Chuck's got a retweet and a follow from Kay.
My girl.
I mean, I feel like that's kind of like Chuck's a smooth talker.
K-O.
Kay's watching right now. She's like, here, you can call me. Ed, I hear you. Big luck, Mitch. What are you ordering tonight?
We follow each other on Insta. Should I try calling her? Hey, Kay, just wanted to say happy Mexican Mother's Day.
Oh, dude. Honestly, yeah, let's do it. Let's run it. I'm just kidding. What am I ordering tonight? Probably, I got to get tacos. Or depends where we go. I actually haven't looked at the menu yet. If mole is on the menu, though, I usually go with mole.
Holy moly.
I love mole. Though, I will admit, I usually get mole more like in the winter time and the fall. Now is more like I like shrimp tacos. If there's like a enchilada that's got some seafood in it, I'm about that action.
Seafood enchiladas.
Seafood enchiladas. I'm a sucker for a good
I'm more
one.
of a seafood taco kind of guy.
Alex always makes fun of me so the one day we went to this Mexican restaurant. Some of you guys are going to laugh at it.
Look at Raider Honcho.
What? Chicken French. Alex and I go out to eat at this Mexican restaurant, and again, most of the menu is in Spanish. So there is a section that says Camarón, shrimp. I didn't know Camarón was shrimp. So I see in this section, it's like a...
You also have food from Cameroon?
No, well, I didn't know what
That's
it was.
That's wild.
But it was a quesadilla, right? So I had all these ingredients for a quesadilla, and I go... When I ordered, I go, can I get the Camarón quesadilla, and can I add shrimp? Because in my mind, I was like, dude, this would be bomb with some shrimp. And I said it, and the waiter looked at me like, and Alex immediately just starts hysterically laughing. So now every time we go out to eat, she's like, he'll take the Camarón shrimp. And I'm just like, all right, yeah, I get it. I effed up. I didn't know. I'm probably going to get Camarón, though. Let's go to CR1ZZ. How old are you guys, Mitch and Chuggs?
Actually, last time I went to a Tex-Mex restaurant, do you know what I got?
What?
They're called shrimp brochette.
Oh, gas.
Where it's the shrimp,
wrapped?
Jalapeno, wrapped in bacon.
Yep.
Put that on a corn tortilla with a little bit of rice and beans.
So if you like that, Mi Cocina, you know where like the Mambo taxis are, they do like what you just mentioned as a taco.
Yeah.
Dude, it's unbelievable. All right, let's play a game here. If you were to add my age and Jeremy's age together, what would it be? Now, don't just guess my age. Don't just guess Jeremy's age.
69.
No. How old, if you combine my age and Jeremy's age? K-Rock says 69.
Very nice.
Raphael, 56. How old do you think we are? 51. From Gatling Gun. How's that possible? If our ages combined are 51, no way.
Bad news for you.
What?
Our ages combined.
Yes. You think it's 51? Is it?
Do you know how to math? How?
Dude, it's not even close to 51.
Our ages combined.
Yes. Yeah, not close. It's not 51. I've actually only seen the right answer a handful of times. No? Dude, 51. How? How's that possible?
Dude, I got in trouble yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I told Danny we're having people come into the office. We're hiring some new people, so we're bringing people in for interviews and whatnot. And I told Danny, I was like, oh yeah, this one woman came in for an interview. She was a little bit older. She looked like she was like 30. And Danny's 28 right now. And she was like, what do you mean older and 30? I was like, no, I mean like,
If it makes you feel better, I am also offended by that. John Lorenzo just gave me a number.
Let's do it. Call her.
Also, Julian gave me a number.
Was she 30? Wait, do you know how old she was?
Though Jeremy's older brother just graduated with a master's.
Yeah. Well, and some people take 6 years to graduate.
That's what I mean. You just never know.
What did he say? There you have it.
Wait, that's true?
Marshall was a 8th year senior.
A 9th year senior. Really? And you work here? Wow. That should have been something you put on your resume. I don't know. I feel like I've been lied to, Cullen.
Cullen, this whole time we thought you were 22.
Are you kidding me?
Cullen's actually 45.
He's a lot closer.
Cullen's older than Brett.
He's a lot closer to his nickname than what we realize. Next year, he's going to walk in and they're going to be like, do you need a colonoscopy? I think so.
Oh, my God.
Our combined ages is 58. I'm 31.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Yeah.
That's me.
I was one off.
Yep. I'm 31. Chuggs is 27. Let's go to the real cowboy. Math is hard. It is tough. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. Oh, wait. Death, taxes, and LA Crash Dog. What did I miss? You missed quite a bit, actually, of some minicamp news and notes. Brock Bowers looked really solid today. Antonio Pierce said that Aidan O'Connell deserves the right to have the first snap, so he's going to be technically the QB1, which was expected. Other things, Jackson Powers Johnson was working at left guard today. Andres Pete's going to stay on the left side. Yeah, everything else we'll be putting out in a video after we get done with today's live show. Navman said youngsters. Oh, I know.
Somebody just sent me a funny dad joke.
Let's hear it. Rip it to me.
Flight attendant, is there a doctor on the board? Or, flight attendant, is there a doctor on board? Me, I have a doctorate in mathematics. Flight attendant, the man is dying. Me, -1.
I'm not going to lie, that's funny. I'll take a drink to that. That's a good joke. Who sent you that?
Danny.
Watching the show. I appreciate it. Much, much appreciated. All right, y'all. We got 350 people tuned in right now.
This is true.
This is true. This happened actually right before Chuggs and I went live. Zay Jones signed to the Arizona Cardinals. I got Mexican Mother's Day today also, Semper Fi, so I got to get out of here a little bit earlier. So what we're doing is we're doing 100 is a bang, and I got my little beer bong thing down here. On top of that, no, I'm not going to make that deal.
Doing Mexican Mother's Day.
Doing Mexican Mother's Day. What up, Ron? Mitch, something to think about. All right. As I mentioned on Graf's recent pod, with Getsy at the helm of our offense, watch for the old Tay motion, then the quick out-zig routes for touchdowns. I think it's something that you are going to see a lot of. I mean, if I'm the Las Vegas Raiders, I look at what Devontae Adams does best. And to me, Devontae, that back shoulder fade that him and Rodgers had down, again, I know that AOC and Gardner are not Aaron Rodgers, but at the same time, most NFL starting quarterbacks should be able to throw a back fade or kind of put them on like these option routes where it's like, Tay, you're going to be able to read the route a lot better. You're going to be able to read the defender. I want you to go wherever you think is going to be there. And if you're Minshew or Aidan, you got to have the confidence in yourself to be able to make the right read. I hear what you're saying. The question is, it's not going to be Davante Adams. It's going to be, does Luke Getsy, does Antonio Pierce, does our franchise have confidence in Minshew or Aidan to be able to read what Davante's doing? Because that does take like years and years of knowing what that other person's going to do and just automatically like just knowing where they're going to be. I think early on you're going to be able to see how much confidence the Raiders do have in their quarterback. All right, y'all, final call to get in. We're doing the duck race here in 4 minutes on the Raiders Report, which right now, the final thing that I saw was if you were to send in 20, you would win $230 right now. Patrick B.
Do you want to hear a joke that Trace's dad sent me?
Oh boy. Is it bad? Can you say it?
I think I can say it.
Okay.
I think so.
If you think that you can say it, then I'm totally fine with it.
All right.
Also, if you guys want to get some questions on the show, let's get some hashtag Raiders
It's a very
flowing.
simple one.
Okay.
As I'm saying it. Oh my God.
Tearing up.
Why do women
on Mother's Day? This is already a hell of a start.
Why do women rub their eyes when they wake up?
I don't know.
They don't have balls.
That's such a good joke. That's so dumb. I mean, I'm not going to lie. If I woke up, I mean, I think all guys do when you wake up. You know, you definitely get a good scratch in.
Scratch and sniff.
If I woke up and I saw Alex doing what I do when I wake up, I would be alarmed. Would you not?
Do we need to take you to the doctor?
Like, are you okay? How's everything at home? How's everything at home? I don't know. Yoda said he didn't hear it. I don't know if I believe you.
Wait, you can't hear it? Maybe it is a little low.
I mean, I can see the bouncing. You look like you're good.
Bounce it. Bounce it. I'm about to throw a couple thousand.
Turner Brown, joke of the day. I don't know what that means, Jacob Serb. Nabman, shout out to all y'all. Remember, y'all, we do also have some streams that are going to be live tonight for the NBA. I know our Knicks channel, they're probably getting ready to go live soon, no?
I believe so.
What time does that game start? 6? That game starts at 6, and they're going live here in like 13 minutes.
Yeah.
So even if you guys want to keep this party rolling, unfortunately for me, I do have to leave a little bit earlier today just because.
It is Mexican Mother's Day.
And I'm telling you right now, Andres Pete is on Alex's shit list. And I can't miss dinner tonight. The reservations are for 45 minutes from now. I'm already showing up 30 minutes
Who's somebody
late.
that would sign that you're like, ugh, I don't know?
If a tweener?
Like Yannick Ngakoue.
Yeah, I'm here. I got to be here.
Bud Dupree.
I'm here.
Steven Nelson.
Here. See, all those names, I'm here. And it's going to be a
Zach
shit.
Cunningham.
Here. Yep. It would have to be like a really low level. Raiders re-sign Curtis Bolton. Not going to happen. Like, it would have to be lower level name.
Dalvin Cook.
Oh, Christ. What do you mean? Yes. That might be the biggest name out of them all. I'm not saying he'd be the best player, but that's the biggest name. LA Crash Dog, you in?
Tom Brady.
If Tom Brady signed with the Raiders right now, I would text somebody and say, I might not make it to your thing tomorrow. Just saying. No, that's cap. We would make it. Luis A, you in. All right, Luis A, you in. And then Kevin.
Oh, yeah, we're about to run this race.
Kevin D, you in. All right, so as it stands right now, $20 Venmo, you're going to win $270 here on the Raiders Report. On the report of the Raiders. My final deal that I'll give y'all for the remainder of today's show is this.
We'll extend it for 1 hour.
Absolutely not. That can't happen. That just can't happen.
$600 Venmo.
Nope. If somebody did send in that, though, I would drink on Monday's show. I can't do it today. Dude. They will, because Alex's sister's there.
If we got like
her dad's there.
What
bro,
if we got
I
like
can't.
5 $200 super chats in a row? Just bang, 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 bang.
We're drinking on Monday. I start off the show 2 boots on Monday. I don't know what to tell you. I just can't. I can't today. It's going to be bad. I already know it. It'll be bad news. All right, so we got all the names in here. We did get all the names in. Yep, got all the names in. Again, I've had a lot of fun on today's show. Today was kind of a random day, though. Like, there was a lot of stuff that came out around the silver and black, some pretty, like, noteworthy stuff. And hopefully, if you guys didn't watch our live show, like, earlier today, as soon as we get done with live, I'll put out everything that happened today around the Raiders, the quarterback debate, all that kind of good stuff. Raphael, I am, legitimately. I cannot miss this dinner. I cannot. All right, so the winner of this race is going to go home with a nice little hefty $270 here on the show. Good luck to all y'all out there. All I say is this. Whoever wins, maybe put it towards mom. Maybe put it towards your wife. Maybe put it towards your daughter. She's a mother as well. Whoever wins the 270, let's put it towards the mom. Deal? I hope so. 3, 2, 1, run it. And here we go, Charles G. And it looks like Allie M. in a very interesting spot. Anthony Green rocking the green. Julian, I'm going to call him Papayan. Allie M, though, and Julian, they got the lead. Patrick B's in a really good spot. Ron Campos, Noah Santana.
Ron, yes.
What?
Ron said, 2K Venmo, he's staying. We know it, Chuggs.
It's not true. I won't. Prove it. I swear to God, I won't stay. I can't.
If somebody sent a $2,000 Venmo right now and said, and the tagline was just getting started.
It's tempting. John's got the lead. John's got the lead right now. Watch out for Amy. Wait! Run! Campos! I think he went a little too early.
Oh, wow. He's way ahead.
He's pulling away. Jamari! Come on, Jamari with the win. That's a big win for Jamari Murray. I mean, I'll tell you what, Jamari races more than just about anybody. Jamari races more than just about anybody. The last time Jamari won was April 5th. Since then, Jamari has been in, since April 5th, Jamari's been in 12 races. Jamari, big dub.
Jamari!
If you could please confirm with me, Jamari, that you just received $270, that would be much appreciated. What up, Vincenzo? How many UDFAs should make the roster? I'm eyeing Lou Griffin because of special teams value. I would say right now.
Oh, also,
if
Patrick B gets the butthole pick.
Patrick B gets the butthole pick. Perfect. That's a 2-for-1 deal. That means Savannah also gets to see it because Patrick B doesn't have any social media.
Nice.
Yep. So Patrick, here's your opportunity to make social media, or else Savannah's getting the last place pick. I do think that Tulu Griffin does have at least a shot because of his special teams value, because the Raiders are they don't have a lot of depth at receiver. Like if Jalen Guyton can't stay healthy, if Michael Gallup can't stay healthy, then he has an opportunity.
Just shows you what he's looking
To me, though, Jaquan Shepard is just the pick that I'm going to go with because of how much money they gave him. Money talks. Ron Stone is another player that I'll at least throw out there. Amari Gaynor could be a guy to keep in mind. But, like, last year, no UDFAs made the roster. So I would say if one UDFA makes the roster, that's a good amount. But I just gave all the names of the ones that I think have the highest chance in order to make that happen. Mario, appreciate you, man.
One shot.
What the team that you're rolling with in the NBA playoffs? I would say the team that I'm rooting for right now the most, probably the Wolves, the Thunder.
Let me know down
the
in the comment section your favorite team besides the Raiders in the other sports. So if you had a second favorite team, if it was in baseball, basketball,
Mets.
or hockey.
It's the Mets.
What's your second team that you have?
Yeah, the only other team that even comes close to the Raiders for me is the Mets. Nobody else is even close. But the Mets were the only, like when people were like, oh, Mitch wasn't a Raider fan growing up. I wasn't. I was really only a Met fan.
We have a bunch of Lakers in there.
A lot of Lakers.
Chuggs, can I get a Hoya? Athletics and Kings.
Yeah.
The Raiders. We have the Rockets from Gatling Gun. Hold it down. Yankees, Braves, Raiders, Cubs, Celtics, Dodgers, Clippers, and Padres. Oh, Big Fern, you must have a tough sports life.
Really
if
tough.
the Clippers and Padres are your favorite teams.
Damn, brutal. All right, Chuggs, final deal of the day, 4 minutes left.
Every $10 is another.
That's not going to happen.
Is another 30 seconds.
Every 50, I'll do a beer bong, and if we get 3 of them, I'll do a boot.
Oh.
You guys down to clown? You down to clown? I'm kind of down to clown a little
Warriors, A's, Sharks.
I'm trying to feel good for this dinner. I'm hungry right now. I already know that. I am a hungry man. Remember, though, the next time that you see Jeremy Chuggs and I live is going to be on Monday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm also going to make a video this weekend about some of the minicamp, rookie minicamp winners and losers. I honestly might even make a video tomorrow from at home if we get a lot of good, news bits about all the stuff that has happened around the organization. So please subscribe unless you like Josh McDaniels.
Fonzie, let's go. Arsenal. That's my favorite team as well.
Do you see Labe being used like Eckler?
Do we know if it's Labe or Laube?
I've heard both. And the only reason why I've been saying Laube recently now is because every Raiders coach, personnel person, has called him Laube. But our pronunciation guide says Laube. So I'm going to be real. I'm probably going to go back and forth until I actually hear Dylan himself say, my name is Laube or Laube. But I could see the Raiders potentially using him like Eckler. I actually think that that's the hope for Telesco down the road. But in terms of right now, I'm not going to expect that right now. Now, man on Venmo said, Mitch, you owe me one. That means we're 2 away.
Oh, so you're not going to wait till the...
What?
I thought... Never mind.
You can put it. Nah, man. Let's get it. Nah, man said, I'm down to clown.
So you're saying if we get 2 more, you're doing a boot as well?
Oh, boy.
You said if we get 2 more, you're doing a boot as well?
We'll see.
We only have 2 more minutes left. TCU.
There's no way it'll happen. There's no way, man. Absolutely no way.
Bucks, Brewers, Red Wings.
Who? 93. That's his second bang of the... No, it's his third. 93. Third bang. He is now tied with Zahn and right behind Lost in Tynes, though he did just get himself a Celtics jersey, number 93.
That's kind of lit.
Yeah, I'm not... There's a part of me where I kind of want to rock a Raiders basketball jersey once in a while. If we instead of just getting the football jerseys, if we mix it up.
Is there a Raiders basketball jersey?
I mean, I'm sure I could find one online. I don't know how easy it's going to be. No! Santana! Bang! Oh, man. All right, well, that one was a big one. Not going to lie. That caught me off guard. I also said that if you send in a Hondo, it counts as 3 bangs, which that means now no Santana, tied with Lost in Tynes for our May MVP. Here's what we're going to do. I got 20 seconds.
All right, started at 16. Can you do it before the timer ends? Oh, it's going to be close. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And... I tried so hard and I got so far.
But
in the end, it doesn't even matter.
It didn't matter, though. In the end, oh, Christ, it didn't matter. All right, y'all. Friday happy hour. I got to wrap this thing up. For those that don't know, it's Mother's Day.
If you want to, is this streaming here?
What, Knicks?
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
I'm not going to lie. That was perfect timing.
If you want to go mess with Marshall,
Yep.
I'm putting the Knicks stream in there. They're currently battling our Celtics stream for who can get the most super chats in round 2.
I'll tell you what.
Knicks and Celtics are close.
Knicks is nervous.
I do have to say Marshall has some pretty decent deals over there. If you're trying to get somebody at Chat Sports a little effed up tonight, I put the link in there. Go give Marshall a little holler. I'll say this. The first person to drop 100 over there, I'm going to go do a beer bong on Knicks.
Yeah? You got one left in you? All right, y'all. I got to go to dinner. Appreciate everyone that tuned into today's show. We'll see you guys Monday. Seriously, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Fellas, make sure that you show some love to your mom.
Last deal.
Wives. Last deal.
I'm always down to make a deal.
You're down? One more deal?
All
Here's my final deal. If everybody says goodbye right now, we're going to end the stream. Have a good night. Peace out. Have a good weekend. Happy Mother's Day.